I don't know exactly when you're watching this, but I'm glad you found it. Maybe it's late where you are and the rest of the house is finally asleep. Or maybe it's the middle of the day and you just needed to step away from the noise for a second. Whenever it is, whatever year it is, welcome to this little pocket of time. I like to think that things find us exactly when we are ready for them, even if we don't quite understand why. There is a certain kind of quietness that brought you here, to listen to a voice across time. And I just want to sit in that quiet with you for a little while. Maybe things feel a little unclear right now, like you are standing in a hallway between doors, not quite sure which one is going to open next. It is a strange feeling being in between. You wake up, you go through the motions, you do the things that are expected of you. But somewhere underneath it all, there is this quiet humming, a sense of waiting. Waiting for the dust to settle, waiting for an answer. Or maybe just waiting to feel like yourself again. This is the part no one really talks about. We are so used to seeing the beginnings and the endings, the grand entrances and the dramatic exits, but so much of life is just the middle. The unglamorous, quiet middle, where the days kind of blur together. And you are just doing your best to keep up. It can feel heavy, carrying the weight of not knowing. You might be carrying a quiet struggle right now. The kind of thing you don't really know how to put into words, so you just don't. You just hold it, you smile at the right times, you answer the emails. You ask people how their day is going, while secretly wondering if anyone notices that you are just a little bit tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind of tired that comes from holding everything together for just a little too long. It is exhausting to always appear okay, to always have an answer for everything. Sometimes the most honest thing you can do is just admit to yourself that you don't know what comes next, and that you are just figuring it out as you go. Maybe you're waiting for something to change, looking at the calendar, hoping the next week or the next month or the next season will feel different. It is such a human thing to do, to cast our hopes into the future, because the present feels a little too crowded or a little too empty. We tell ourselves that when we get to that next milestone, or when that one specific thing finally resolves, then we will be able to exhale. But here's what time quietly does: it moves. It doesn't rush, it doesn't apologize, it just continuously, gently moves. The things that feel so permanent today, the worries that take up so much space in your mind right now, time softens them. Not by erasing them, but by slowly giving you more space around them. The sharp edges wear down. The questions that keep you awake eventually fade into the background music of your life. Think about a time in your past when you felt completely stuck, when you couldn't see a way out of the feeling you were in. You are here now, you lived through that uncertainty. You didn't have the answers then either, but the days kept passing. The sun kept rising and setting, and eventually the landscape changed. That is the gentle truth about the moments we are in. They don't stay the same forever. Even the hardest winters eventually soften into spring. Not because we force them to, but simply because it is the nature of things to change. The trees don't struggle to drop their leaves. And the dawn doesn't fight the night, it just naturally unfolds. And this is where things begin to shift. When you realize you don't actually have to figure it all out right this second. You don't have to have a master plan. You don't have to know exactly how it is all going to unfold. You just have to be here, breathing in and breathing out, letting this day be exactly what it is. There is so much pressure to constantly be arriving somewhere, to constantly be achieving or overcoming. Or maybe you just needed a quiet moment like this, to hear another human voice say that it is okay to just be where you are, to not be perfectly put together, to not be thriving. Sometimes just existing is enough. Sometimes just showing up for another Tuesday is a quiet victory. We live in a world that is always asking us to be more, to do more, to move faster, to optimize every single second of our lives. But what if there is nothing to fix right now? What if you are just a person living a life, navigating the beautiful and messy complexity of it all, and doing the absolute best you can with what you have? There is a deep, profound grace in that. I want you to notice wherever you are sitting or standing right now. Notice the light coming through the window, or the glow of the screen, or the sounds of the street outside. This exact moment has never happened before, and it will never happen again. You and I right now sharing this space. Across however much time separates us. It is a small thing, but it is real. The world keeps spinning, the headlines keep changing, the noise outside never really stops. But right here in this little pocket of time, none of that matters. We are just two people sharing a quiet understanding that life is beautiful and hard and constantly moving. I don't know what tomorrow looks like for you. I don't know what you are walking toward or what you are walking away from. But I know that you are here, and there is something incredibly resilient about that. The very fact that you are listening, that you are seeking out a moment of connection, shows that there is a quiet strength in you, even if you can't feel it right now. It is there, it has always been there, carrying you through. Every single day you thought you couldn't get through. Time is going to keep moving, and the picture will keep changing. The things that don't make sense right now might never make complete sense, but they will eventually become part of a larger story that you are still living. You don't have to force the pen. You just have to let the story happen. As we sit here in these final moments of this video, I just want to leave you with a sense of peace. You don't need to carry it all today. You can let the heavy things rest just for a little while. You can just sit here and breathe, and let the world spin without you needing to control it. Whatever time it is there, whatever year it is, I am sending you a quiet kind of companionship. The kind that doesn't demand anything from you. The kind that just sits beside you on the bench and watches the cars go by. I am glad you found this. I am glad we got to share these few minutes. Life is long and strange and unexpectedly beautiful in its quietest corners. Things will keep turning. The light will keep shifting, and you will find your way. If this found you when you needed it, thank you for being here.